up, everybody? Welcome to State Championship Saturday on High Def High School. It's an all Northern Virginia affair in 6A ball. It's also an all Dark Side affair. Both of these two defenses call themselves the Dark Side. Coach Darryl Overton's Freedom Eagles come down from Woodbridge, 14-0 and averaging 66 points per game. They've got a lot of talented skill players on offense that practically camp out in that end zone. Carlton Preston Jr., who they call Juju, E.J. Reed, Cam Courtney, and of course, the big stepper, Jeffrey Overton. On defense, they've got a big-time playmaker in T.J. Bush on that edge. He will be bookended by Aaron Duncan. They want to pressure the quarterback all day long. Coach Overton brought his Eagles to this championship game just 4 years ago. They lost to Manchester by a point. Their opponent today, the Madison Warhawks, are making their second straight appearance here in the championship game. And if it's possible for the most dominant physical team in Northern Virginia to write a Cinderella story, well, they just did it. The Warhawks had their best season in school history a year ago, going all the way to the title game, only to start off 2022 losing 3 straight games at 0-3. Well, in week 4, they flipped the switch and won 11 straight games to get right back here to the title game. They are led on offense by quarterback Mac Lewis. He's got 4 talented wide receivers in Darren Nicely, Cord Yates, Sonny Endicott, and Dominique Nicely. But they want to hand the ball straight ahead to Headache Angelo Dredge. He seems to run downhill on every single play, and that defense couldn't be any nastier. Eric Anderson anchors the defensive line, and they've got Orion Laura, Matthew Remy, Jake Green, Jack Ambrose, Luke Jarvis, and young newcomer Charlie Backman. That's just in the box alone. These two teams have never faced one another. Warhawks, Eagles, coming up right now. First Freedom drive, Tristan Evans driving the Eagles down deep into Madison territory. First and goal at the 8-yard line. He gives it to Jeff Overton, who goes right up the middle, gets into that end zone. It's 7-0 Freedom with 7:22 to play in the game. Freedom's second drive in Madison territory. Tristan's going to go back to the well. Jeff Overton up the middle, running through the center of that Madison defense, 20 yards, and a first down to the Madison 17. Next play, Tristan is dropping. He's going to find E.J. Reed sitting on that 1-yard line, absorbs a hit from Michael Delgado, and then steps into that end zone. It's Freedom 14-0 early on in this one, and the Freedom crew are so glad. First play of the second quarter, Mac Lewis sticking it in the back pocket of Headache. Angelo Dredge is off and running in that secondary. All the way down inside the 10-yard line. First and goal at the 6. And then a couple plays later, Mac is going to cross that goal line with a quarterback sneak. The kick is blocked. It's 14-6. Freedom leads Madison. Tristan Evans will waste no time. He sidearms one out to Juju, and Juju just on his own down that left side. Grant McVicker finally gets a hold of him. Orion Laura, and he brings Juju down. Preston sets the Eagles up in Madison territory. First down at the 31-yard line. Later in the drive, Tristan wants to throw. He's got Cam Courtney. He's across that goal line, touchdown. Freedom goes up 21-6 with 5:20 to play in the first half. Madison with the ball. This is 2nd and 20 from their own 29-yard line. Mac Lewis dropping. Check out this catch. Cord Yates with the paw and then pulling it in, moving it across midfield. He gets 22 on the play. First down for Madison. Then the Warhawks moving Nolan Wilbright around in motion. Max swings it out to him. Man says, "Get off me," to EJ, and he moves it ahead down to the 36-yard line. 12 yards, first down, Madison. Then Max gonna swing it out. Cam Courtney tries to jump the route, but now Cord's all alone in the flat. He moves it down into that red zone. First down, Madison at the Freedom 18-yard line. But the Stripes are calling a holding penalty on the Warhawks here. That will stall the drive for the Warhawks. They don't get it in. Freedom gets the ball to start the second half. Jeff Overton, he's in the secondary, and he's going to cruise off to the races. Off to the end zone. Coach is jumping on the field. You'll have to imagine the rest of that one. 67 yards on the play. The big step-up gives Freedom a 28-6 lead with 9:57 to play in the third quarter. Madison's next drive. Mac is rolling to his right side. He finds Sonny Endicott on the sideline out to the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down for the Warhawks.
3 plays later, Mack is going to keep it himself in the secondary. Cuts it outside. He will move it all the way down into the end zone. Touchdown, Madison. It's 28-12. They will go for 2 after the Eagles jump off sides, putting the ball at the 1.5-yard line. And Mack gives it off to Headache, who punches it in. It's a 2-score game, 28-14 with 7:36 left to play in the third quarter. Eagles ball. Tristan is going to swing it out to Cam Courtney. He's on the edge, moves it ahead, pushed out just inside the 30-yard line. There's a personal foul called on Madison on the play away from the ball. Freedom gets the ball in the red zone. And 6 plays later, this is 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Jeff Overton gets it into that end zone and makes it a 3-score game, 35-14. Freedom with 3 minutes and 2 seconds still to play in the third quarter. On the next kick, Dominique Nicely's going to take it at about his 15-yard line. Fakes a pitch to Cord Yates, and he's moving up through that middle, across midfield, and sets the Warhawks up first down at the Freedom 40-yard line. Same drive, Mack's going to swing it out to Dominique Nicely on a shallow out route, gets by Cam Courtney, moves it down inside the 10-yard line. Kendall Bannister pushes him out. And this right here is just a terrible call on this play. This is 4th down from the 6-yard line. Mac Lewis hands it to Headache. He flips it to Cord Yates, who drops the pitch, picks it back up, and he fires a touchdown pass to Mac Lewis, who's all alone over on that goal line. The stripe blows it dead and calls it an incomplete pass. He's talking about this pitch. Check it out. Even if you're out of position and your perspective is skewed because you're looking at where Cord was standing when the pitch was tossed, this is a state championship game. You got to be able to make this call right. That is just a blown call, and that is wrong. A few minutes later, Freedom punting. Grant McVicker is going to take the ball at the Freedom 47. He's moving to his right. Watch this play by TJ Bush. The ground he covers is unbelievable. He's not just a big guy, he's got game-changing speed. His commitment is to Coastal Carolina right now, but he's a big-time player, and I think a lot of D1 schools will be crazy not to be knocking on TJ's door. Same drive for Madison. This is 4th down and 12 for the Freedom 32. Mack looking for a screen over the middle, but Isaiah Harper is camping out on that screen. He's gonna take this one back to the house. Dark side defense, so well coached. That touchdown puts this one away. It's 41-14 with 7:20 left to play in the game. Check this out. Coach is talking a little smack, talking Coach O into giving up his cell phone. You're gonna get that Gatorade, Coach.
I'm gonna get y'all.
Coach Overton pulls the ticket aside. Jewel Harris says, you go over there right now and pour all that Gatorade out on the trainer's table. Just pour it out. Go now. Jewel pours out one. He's not sure what to do here. But coach is moving in, help the cause, and of course, trainers don't want to give it up. This is a serious dilemma here. The resources have already been depleted. Coach O, distracted by a play on the field for just a moment. The boys come sprinting down the sideline with a big cup of drink, and the coach gets a taste of it, celebrating a little bit then. With 45 seconds to play in the game and a 41-14 lead, not sure why he does this, but he's done it all year long. Coach has Tristan drop back, fires a deep ball. He's got E.J. Reed, touchdown. That runs up the score to 48-14. Freedom gets their first state championship in school history. Darryl Overton has waited a long time and has turned this program into gold.
Jeff, what's up, buddy?
What's up? How you doing?
10th grade.
Yes, sir.
Running like you're Superman. What's the feeling right now?
Feeling good, excited that we won.
That's just a real feeling. Just keep on looking at that scoreboard and knowing all the hard work we put in all off season paid off. You know, all those early mornings, late nights, the 5 a.m. practices, it paid off. You know, 15-0, perfect season. For myself, a senior, a perfect way to go out.
You've been waiting a long time for this. You guys probably felt like you were the team the last 2 years. Finally, you get there. What pushed you over the hook?
You know, I feel like for just being the first one in program history, you know, knowing the guys went back there in 2018 and fell short, you know, I felt the coaches kept on us to the extra motivation, you know, how close they were and how bad that feeling tasted. So, you know, I felt all week that's what they instilled in us, and we came out and we punched them in the mouth.
Got 2 more coming from you?
Yes, sir.
Long time coming. We've had a lot of conversations. You came into this program and basically turned it on its head. You talk a lot about building not just a great team, but a program. Have you accomplished that?
I think so, man. I think this is the right step. Like we talked about at the barbershop, going from good to great and getting amongst, you know, the great teams and great programs in our area, in our state. And I think, like you said, this was one of the final steps to do that and get to the mountaintop and hold on.
I know we don't give you guys enough attention because you're so far outside the Beltway, but is there any sweetness to beating a team from Northern Virginia in the state title?
Well, I'm gonna say always, but I think it would feel the same whether they were from Virginia Beach, 804, whatever. It feels great. I don't have any disdain for Northern Virginia. Whoever here, I just hope to win.
Well, we claim you as Northern Virginia, but you've been waiting for a long time for this one. You were here 4 years ago. You've had some pretty close calls the last couple of years. A lot of folks thought, hey, these guys are unstoppable. How does it feel to get over that hump and get the win in the state title?
It feels great, and you know, all the battles you fight with the kids on the field, and then all the ones you fight off, you know what I mean, that nobody sees, and just kind of like you said, solidifies what you've been doing. It feels amazing. I couldn't be more prouder and happier. It's amazing.
You are a product of Prince William County football. Is there any specialness to say, hey, you know what, I brought this team, but we're from home, and now we're the best in the state?
Well, it is, and also I take a lot of pride, and I want to shout out all my Prince William County schools. You know, people kind of talk down on our area because they're looking at our scores and not realizing, you know, we just a pretty good team. I feel like Prince William County football is as good as ever. I feel like it's on top. You know, people judging, people basing versus us. I think we stand a chance versus anyone.
Well, you showed it tonight because you beat everybody. So, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate you.
The Freedom Eagles are your 2022 6A Virginia State champions in football.